Welcome to my journey. My name is Chase Johnson Lynch. We're here, City of Liverpool online radio station in colors. And we're joined by a different kind of person in the studio today. You know what I mean? Because usually we talk to people in the community. They they provide a service, or they're doing something that is, community related. Let's say engagement. But Joshua here is a filmmaker, a local filmmaker, and I met him about a year ago, I believe, when we were doing some roundtable episodes at the Jacaranda. Always give a plug to Jacaranda, love them doing that. But I'm joined here by Joshua Cleave.
Hello.
And Joshua Cleave, I understand that you have, now this is not his only film, by the way, but we'll talk about that probably, but you're in the middle of something right now, and because this show is pre-recorded, Joshua's on edge, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
You know what I mean, because Joshua, you've done a horror film, and this is your first horror film.
This is my first proper horror film,
yeah. Yeah, and but it's in competition.
It's
tonight or
it's tomorrow. It actually goes live. It's an online film festival called the Horror Shorts Film Festival, and it's actually being screened. It's actually live at the moment. You can actually view it on the Audience Awards website.
Wow.
And then the voting actually opens tomorrow, where you get basically the audience will have like a live vote. They can leave feedback and comments and things like that, and then it's open for about 4 days, and then after the 4 days it then goes to like a jury decision, which is like another chance to win as well. So.
Yeah. And what I remember is that you told me that you had released it yourself on Friday the 13th, which was just last week and everything. Yeah. So how did that go for you? Just
it's pretty good actually. Yeah, there's I've been plugging it everywhere since I made it, and I wanted to get it out like straight away, but because you send it to film festivals, a lot of them they don't accept it if it's already been screened.
We want to be the virgin, man.
Yeah, well, they want premiere status and things like that. So I had to. There were certain festivals that I wanted to hear back from first, and quite a few. It's got into 4 festivals already. That was amazing. Yeah.
So are these all like? Well, even though we're in England, but it's considered international festivals. Are it international festivals, or did you do an American festival?
No, I did. I submitted to any festival that would take it, pretty much. So but I was I made sure that I was sort of targeting the horror, because obviously it's a short horror film. I wanted to sort of aim it at like for Halloween.
Well, doesn't the Horror Channel have something going on where they're accepting?
There is, they do. The Sky TV horror channel. Yeah, they do. They do a lot of online sort of competitions and things like short horror film things.
So if you have submitted your film out, would it not be eligible to go in there?
No, I think there's sort of different rules and regulations. It's got to be over a certain limit, or it has to be like a certain genre and that kind of thing. So, but
well, let's let the audience in on what we already know is like about the film. So the film is called The Rage.
Yeah.
So what could you tell us about it?
Well, it's basically about a bioscientist called Joe. It's played by Christian Greenway, and he's basically trapped in a lab after a rage virus is released, and it just basically follows his journey from escaping from the lab to finding his girlfriend and escaping the actual building itself, while trying to avoid these sort of infected rages. Pretty much, yeah.
Filled with zombies.
Or ragers, we tried to call them. Ragers, yeah.
Well, fighters, walkers, what are we going to do, right? I mean, we're in the zombie apocalypse already. I got to say, without giving anything away, I mean, there was this one scene with the elevator that I was expecting to trope. Where where the elevator door closes and it opens and all the hands come out. I would like to say that doesn't happen.
No, unfortunately not. There was
not because you didn't have the zombies, only because you did your own thing.
Yeah. Plus, it's like so difficult to order for lifts anyway, because we filmed it in a student accommodation in town,
right.
And of course you can imagine we were filming on a particular floor, and then every time the lifts closed to get the shot of it opening, someone downstairs would arrive. They press it. I'd go down. I was in full zombie makeup, and we scared some of the residents a few times. The bit in the lobby didn't go down too well with some of the guests. They walked in, and of course the ragers were just like, they're like, get away.
So, like, also you had your Hitchcock moments, you know. Tell anybody about that. I mean, I don't think that gives anything.
No, I try to keep quiet about that.
Okay, all right. I won't say it. There's a Hitchcock moment. Look for it.
You might spot me.
Okay. You blink, you won't.
Yeah.
But so this film, I mean, how long did it take to make? Did you write it, or you know? Tell me a little bit about your process.
I wrote it. Going back, the actual production took way over a year to make. We actually started filming in July last year. I had the idea back in
like Stanley Kubrick or something.
Yeah, I do like to take my time. Yeah, but I was actually social life was just pretty crazy at the time. I had we just moved into a new house actually.
Yeah, because you just got married.
Exactly. Yeah,
look, man, if you follow me on social media, you know everything.
So if you're following me on Facebook, you probably know everything that's happened. But yeah, we basically we bought a house together. Me and my wife. Harriet, who actually
can't remember her name.
She's the lead. Well, it's hard now because her name is Harriet Davis.
Oh, right.
She's credited on the film.
Right.
She's Harriet Cleave. So it's getting used to that.
So she was actually your girlfriend.
Yeah, we were. She was actually. She stood in last minute for the film.
So, pet peeve. You know, when you're a local filmmaker and you know you work really hard to put your film together, and you ask actresses to be in your film, why don't you show up? I mean, seriously, on the day is always the case. I can't tell you how many filmmakers have been working really hard to get their films done, and on the day, whatever, and we have to have these fill-ins. You know, I mean, has that happened to you before besides this film?
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times.
Why? Anyway, you had a funny story to share that involved our college here, I understand.
Funnily enough, the rooftop scene was actually due to be filmed here. It was the final shoot, so everything was set. We had something like 8 extras. We had 5 makeup artists. We had 5 crew. Everybody was all ready. We'd arranged to go to the makeup artist's house, do all the makeup prior. Then we'd come here with like a 2-hour window to get all the final shots that we needed. And then, the last minute, literally like 6 o'clock in the morning, I got a text off the manager of this building.
At 6 in the morning?
I won't name drop. She was actually on holiday at the time, so I was
on holiday.
Yeah, so that was nice for her to actually contact me. It turns out that the security had rang in sick, but they needed 2 security guards to let me on the roof, not just one.
Yeah.
So of course I was like, well, just let me on the roof. Just 1 security guard is enough. And they were like, no, you can come back on Wednesday and film.
Right.
I was like, I can't. This is.
You have to have it now.
People have like travelled from like Birmingham and Manchester to be extras in this film. Everybody's waiting. So we
So I've seen the film. I've seen the film, and it is still a good scene. So, what was your go-to plan?
Oh god, it was a proper mission. We were literally last minute. We went ahead with it, and we said, right, get the makeup artist ready, and then I'll go do a quick recce around town and see if I can find, another location we could film. We were ringing every tower block, every panoramic 34 was one that we've been trying for ages. But that
big tall building,
the massive one, that was where it was originally planned to be filmed. But it was booked out. No, it was booked out at the time, so we couldn't film it. It looked pretty amazing up there.
Yeah.
But basically, in the end, we couldn't get permission anywhere. That literally that last minute. So what we did, we came into town, did a recce of some of the car parks, and the one over the back there is actually where we filmed it.
Like John Lewis.
Yeah, we not John Lewis. No, the one literally run back.
I don't know where we're
No, I don't want to name. We basically
don't name because it sounds like you didn't contact anybody. It sounds like we just went up there.
We went up there and we
don't know what
we're in Manchester right now.
Oh,
we're not in Liverpool at all.
Let's just say my man got the shot.
Yeah, it was good. It was worth it. We had to hide the Ragers, full makeup, zombie makeup.
God, no.
2 floors below, and then me, my wife Harriet, the lead actor, and Noel Ross, the camera guy, went up to the top floor, hid around the corner, waited for the coast to be clear, and then literally let them do their scene. But you'll see that scene is
true guerrilla filmmaking. You heard it here first. I mean, that's excellent, man. I mean, that's really good. I mean, so I'm hoping that you're going to be successful with this competition.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even though this is pre-recorded and everything like that, we will hope that we will hear how it is, and somehow we could put some stamp up. I won.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Maybe we'll do like the I won shot and the I didn't win shot. But so filmmaking. I mean, like I said, I met you like about a year ago when we used to do roundtables and directing, and I think that's when you were first starting to make your film time.
Yeah. That was the one. Yeah, made for the Fact Cinema film night actually.
The what?
The Fact Cinema film night.
Yeah.
It's like an event they do every November, and they give filmmakers from Merseyside the chance to submit a film, and if it gets nominated,
it's called a local Liverpool film night, not Fact Film night. I was like wondering what. Yeah.
But yeah, it got selected and it was screened on the in the Fact Cinema, which was pretty awesome. And did a Q&A with all the audience and everything afterwards. So
but it was like more of a slow paced personal film, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite it was completely different kind of genre to The Rage. It was quite a sort of heartfelt story, and something that I wrote it years and years ago and never really, because of the complexity of it. It was a guy running backwards through time, so it was I never really knew how I'd pull it off, and
but you did.
I did, yeah. And
so let me ask you in that trope. I mean, because like you said, there's various different ways you could do it. I mean, you know, the really crazy way is Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve. You know, but how did you choose to create the time travel element?
Well, we did. We basically filmed everything in real time, and then we just rewound it in post. So all the extras that are in it, we had to get them to walk backwards.
So that way
the actor walk forward. So then when it's reversed, the lead actor's running backwards through time, and then
he's running backwards.
Yeah, that's how we reverse his time, by running backwards. But of course we had to film him running forwards and then just reverse it in post. So, you know,
wow.
It was pretty tricky, and because we were going from an old actor to a young actor, the older actor had no hair, the young actor had
like
quite a mullet
Benjamin
on
Button
him.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that. we had to kind of do the scene sort of backwards as well, because we only had one massive mullet wig. But that wig had to be short at the start and then long at the end.
Mullet is the choice.
Yeah. So,
I mean, that takes a lot of thinking. I mean, did you storyboard or do you shot list?
Yeah, no, I storyboard on shot list. But the one thing that we didn't really think about was how each shot would start and end. Yeah. Because you're filming from the beginning to run forward and then think, oh, how's that last scene when we rewind it, how is that going to tag onto the next scene, and then rewind that. So we had to really work out which corner he was going to run round, and are we going to cross the line.
How long did it take to shoot that?
2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We actually flew through it really, really quickly. So it was.
Yeah.
Because we did it all on location in like Sefton Park and stuff.
Sounds also like you're confident about your shooting ratio. Like do you think are you the editor or
I did I know like basic editing, so I laid it out how I wanted it, and then I'd give it to like more of an advanced editor who would tidy up the effects and credits and things like that.
Kind of like an offline online editor.
Yeah. So,
yeah. But I mean, shooting to edit is a thing that like a lot of filmmakers don't take the time to realize that they should be thinking about. It's like I got a camera, I'm just gonna go stick it on the tripod and shoot over there. You know what I mean?
But it definitely helps to know a bit more about editing and how your sequences are going to cut together, and especially with The Rage, there was I wanted the whole film to be one seamless shot. So I had to think about where the camera was going to start and stop, and how I was going to transition those shots together. And I mean,
because I think we should tell people. I think we can. One is because it's already out a little bit, but this is you chose to go for a first-person shooting style, like Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
So I mean, which is an interesting choice and everything else like that, because it leads to the reveal. But I mean, like why that choice?
Well, funny enough, the directors of Hardcore Henry, they'd actually done a music video for their band, Breaking Elbows, called Bad Motherfucker.
Okay, don't worry about it. We can say.
Sorry, I can beat that out.
It's like
But
Sam Jackson.
that was the inspiration behind it, and it was such a great. If you get the chance to see it, watch it, because it was a full-on crazy action story.
Okay.
But that kind of gave me the inspiration behind, like, you know, if this was a zombie chase, what could you do with it? And that sort of spurred on the idea, and basically everything just fell into place. And then I knew straight away with how the story was going to reveal that I wanted the viewer to be inside the lead character's head, to hear what he's saying, to feel his like tension and, you know, scares basically when these rages are running at him. You know, I wanted to really, you know, immerse the audience in it, and it worked really well, because come the actual reveal, I like to think that that's going to be more of a surprise to people, because you've basically been with him on this journey. You've heard him calling for help and screaming.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, I mean, it's at this point that I would like to just say is that because this is also, again, pre-recorded, I keep saying that, we're going to actually show a piece from The Rage right now. So, I mean, like, let's enjoy Joshua Cleave's The Rage.
Fuck's sake! Phone a fucking doctor! Hi babe, you alright? Cool, I'll see you in a bit. See you later. Open the door, you fucking open the door, will you? Morning Terry, how are we? Did you have a good weekend, mate? Yeah, what'd you get up to? Terry, you alright, mate?
Well, all right. So that was a piece on The Rage, and you know, while we were waiting and watching, you know, Josh said, "Which clip are you going to show?" And I'm like, "What?" Oh, what are you
Not
gonna
the
talk
ending.
about? Well, why would I do that? But then also too is I mean, you know, we want the audience to be intrigued to watch The Rage, so we're going to show a clip from it, and then that kind of thing like that. And of course, it'll already be online anyway, so then they can go and follow you. So tell us where we can find the film and everything.
Okay. Well, it's on. You can follow. It's got a page on Facebook, the Rage page, and that's at Rage Film, and you can see obviously all behind the scenes clips, photos, videos,
nice,
trailers, links to the actual finished film as well.
And then on that page will also be whether you won or not.
Yeah, there will be. Yeah. there's a lot about the film festivals and stuff that's got into.
Oh yeah, cool.
You know, so you can. That'd be pretty cool to sort of follow our post journey.
So once again, it's called The Rage page, or
no, it's called The Rage Film.
Okay, The Rage Film on Facebook.
The Rage Film.
The Rage Film on Facebook. Okay, so yeah, so you can follow Joshua Cleave's film journey at The Rage Film on Facebook.
Yeah.
And are you like on anything else, Instagram?
Yeah. We've got a YouTube page as well.
Well, that's the best page, man. 'Cause that's when I see the film.
That's
isn't
where it is. Yeah. There's so if you go onto YouTube and you can have a search for me.
It'll probably be what is your page called? Like
Joshua Cleave.
Yeah, because then that's where they can see time and everything else.
Yeah,
like that.
That's where they're all.
See, man, come on, man. You gotta get real with the business, buddy.
Yeah.
So before we go, then like you know, you're on this high for The Rage and everything else like that. What do you got next?
I've got a couple of ideas floating around, which maybe, depending on time and things like that, really what I'm going to get into next. I might just do another short film just because they're pretty easy to do. But it really depends. You know, my social life is quite crazy. Well, like I said, we just got married. We just had a little baby girl as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
He's not so evil.
Life is pretty hectic at the minute. So.
Yeah, pretty hectic. I want to get out of the house. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got a couple of ideas. So yeah, just watch this space.
So yeah, well, definitely. I mean, like if anything, you know, if people are encouraged to watch The Rage, time to follow you on Joshua Cleave on YouTube. pretty much they'll also be able to see what your next film is going to be and what's happening. So I want to thank you very much for coming into Colors and sharing a bit of your journey with us. I mean, it was an exciting thing that I thought in talking to a filmmaker who was not just making films. I mean, we have a lot of local filmmakers making films, but it was actually going through the distribution route of getting this film out there into festivals, and is at this nail-biting end of, am I going to get it? Am I gonna get it? You know, I mean, we talked about the fact that, you know how people, you know, they just, you know, they get their friends to go click, 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 press button and stuff like that. But it is a good film. I've seen the film and everything like that. So it was good that you came in and talked about it. I really appreciate that.
No, thank you.
And everything. So Joshua Cleave, The Rage, local filmmaker, and I mean, I think we will hear more from him in the future. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much, Ron.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Well, this has been My Journey, City of Liverpool online radio station. Okay, cameraman, you can cut it. Color.